The one burning question that we all had on our minds entering SmackDown Live was, could WWE redeem themselves from last week's miserable show? The answer? Yes. Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for joining me this week for the SmackDown Live official review, August 3rd, 2016. This is the second show of the new era in WWE. After last week's terrible show, and after the unpopular decision I made to trash SmackDown Live last week, the only thing that was on our minds was WWE going to go into this week refreshed? Were they going to go into this week with a point to prove? Week 1 made some terrible decisions. Everybody knows that. If you watched the show and you had eyes, you seen what those decisions were for SmackDown Live. I talked about this on my Monday Night Raw review. Monday Night Raw last night was not as good as Week 1. I did not expect it to be. All I wanted them to do was pretty much go out there and give me a good show. Go out there and give me a show that built nicely towards SummerSlam. And that's exactly what we seen on Monday Night Raw. Wasn't the greatest show. It definitely had its downs. The 3-hour format still is not where it needs to be. But what they did was carve out SummerSlam to represent Monday Night Raw. That's all I wanted. And that's exactly what they did. It would be unfair, like I said yesterday, to talk about Monday Night Raw from last night and compare it to Monday Night Raw from Week 1. It would be unfair to you. It would be unfair to me. It would be unfair to the WWE. Now, I also said that being SmackDown coming in fresh this week, they pretty much needed to redeem themselves from Week 1. There was no other way, or there was no other way for SmackDown to go but up. They could not go down. If they went down, then we would have a serious problem. There'd be issues. But what they did tonight was really focus on one big important aspect of the show. The elephant in the room. A topic of hot discussion all week. Dolph Ziggler. I'm not going to sit here and bitch and moan. I'm not going to sit here and tell you anymore why I think Dolph Ziggler was the wrong choice. The decision was made by WWE brass. They made Dolph Ziggler their guy. He is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. So I went into this with an open mind. Instead of bitching and moaning and complaining all the way to SummerSlam about the match that we're going to have with Ambrose and Ziggler, I was hoping WWE, in the 3 weeks that they have, gave us a reason to care about Dolph Ziggler. And what they did tonight, I honestly think they did a better than expected job. I didn't think they were going to come out here this week and really make me care about why this match is happening. Ambrose and Ziggler for the WWE Championship. I didn't think they would come out here this week and really show Ziggler as a rising star on SmackDown. And the way they handled it, in my honest and genuine opinion, I think WWE legit made a lot of people care about Dolph Ziggler's character. The way he handled himself tonight, the way he spoke on the microphone during his promo with Dean Ambrose, and the fact that the entire show was built around Dolph Ziggler, and the fact that everybody for years in the WWE felt like he was not good enough. And Ziggler, throughout the entire show, and the show was built upon this story and this angle, Ziggler took it to heart. Ziggler had a point to prove tonight, and that's all he wanted to do. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan even came up to him several times during the show. Bro, you don't have to do this. You already proved to everybody that you deserve to be in SummerSlam in the WWE Championship match against Dean Ambrose. You don't have to go and do this. You have nothing to prove. You have a one-way ticket to SummerSlam, paid for. You don't need to go out there. Keep in mind, if you lose this match tonight with Bray Wyatt, you're not going to SummerSlam. And everything that you worked hard for and everything that you think you deserve is going to be flushed down the toilet. WWE made it clear that they were building this entire show around the aspect of Dolph Ziggler feeling that WWE has overlooked him for years. And the fact that he was out to prove not only to Daniel Bryan, not only to Shane McMahon, not only to the fans, but to the WWE. He even went out there and put his championship opportunity on the line for the simple fact that he wanted the satisfaction to prove to everybody that he deserves it and he belongs. And the way he handled himself on the microphone tonight, you've seen a side of Dolph Ziggler that I don't think I recall ever seeing. Intensity, ferocity, and somebody who is still hungry after all these years, after being underutilized and disrespected and not used the way he knows that he could be used in the WWE. You all seen that on the microphone tonight. It all came out. It was written all over Ziggler's face. And I applaud WWE for bringing up his past. I applaud WWE for bringing up the aspect that Dean Ambrose came in at the top and he's still at the top. Meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler came in as a fucking male cheerleader, having shit dumped on him by DX and nothing but McMahon's goons. For how long? How many months were they McMahon's goons, the fucking Spirit Squad? They all brought this to everybody's attention. And Ziggler made Ambrose know where he came from. Absolutely fantastic segment. Absolutely fantastic segment with all parties involved. And I really love that WWE nailed the fact home about Dolph Ziggler being disgruntled. Dolph Ziggler wanting to prove the fact that he is the best in the company. And I love that aspect. That's exactly what they needed to do. And WWE passed the test and made me. That's all I wanted. I wanted them to make me interested. You did it for 1 week. I want to see how they continue this for the next 2 weeks going into SummerSlam. Right now, I'm okay with this decision with Dolph Ziggler winning. At first, I was not. But after watching tonight's show and seeing how Dolph Ziggler performed, there's no sense in bitching and complaining. There really is not. We have to live with the fact. We have to live with the fact that Ziggler really wasn't impressing anybody in 2015, well into 2016. His title shot might not be warranted at all. But the fact that WWE did a great job at handling his situation tonight shows you that, number one, they're putting their faith in Dolph Ziggler. They're going ahead with this. They're going to make it work. And Dolph Ziggler, I hope, has all the opportunity to be that person that he spoke so highly of tonight on SmackDown. And I hope it continues for months and months and months. And Ziggler cements himself as one of the top guys on the SmackDown brand. Not only on SmackDown, but on Monday Night Raw. To the point when the next draft comes, Ziggler's going to be a first-round guy. Because he's got the talent. And I've been a big Ziggler supporter for so long. But you got to understand that for the last 3 years, close to 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, Ziggler has been beaten down and embarrassed. And as a fan, you kind of lose hope in seeing that guy that you want to see succeed so much. There's only so much that you can give that performer. And so much support that you can give that performer after being beaten down week after week, month after month, for 2.5 years. He's had his opportunity. We all thought Bray Wyatt or AJ Styles or Apollo Crews or Baron Corbin would have been a great opponent for Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. But they went ahead and did it with Dolph Ziggler. They're giving him a shot. Hopefully this time, that shot stings. And it fucking goes well past SummerSlam. That's what I want. I want to see Ziggler succeed. I just don't think, in the grand scheme of things, when you look back on what he did, it's really deserving. You know? That was just my point of view with all that. But tonight, WWE did a great fucking job at handling Dolph Ziggler and making us, at least just a little bit, care about what's going to happen at SummerSlam. There's no doubt in my mind that the match between those two is going to be fantastic. Hopefully WWE can build upon tonight and bring us another good show next week to the point where we care about it even more. And the next week, even more. And when we get to SummerSlam, we're all going to sit down in anticipation for what is going to be a great championship match. No matter where it's placed on the card, no matter how long it goes, it's going to be a championship match that we will enjoy. I know that for a fact. So SmackDown did very, very well with the opening segment. Bray Wyatt was a surprise tonight. Bray Wyatt was my choice to win that six-pack challenge last week. And he made his presence known. And I'm glad he's staking his claim so far in the new era early on. Bray Wyatt saying that Dolph Ziggler doesn't deserve anything. And that you took something away from me last week and I want it back, proclaims Bray Wyatt. So the match was made. Ziggler, Wyatt. If Wyatt wins, he goes on to SummerSlam versus Dean Ambrose. If Ziggler loses, well, he's pretty much fucked. So that was the main event, and I'm really, really excited to see SmackDown open the show the way they did. That's the way I like a show to open, man. They piqued my interest, and they got my interest immediately. Not only with that great promo from both Ambrose and Ziggler, but with Bray Wyatt including himself in this little situation, him coming out and staking claim that he wants a shot, and the match was going to happen in the main event tonight. Everybody was very interested to see what would happen if Bray Wyatt would actually go on and challenge Dean Ambrose instead of Dolph Ziggler. It was very interesting. Good on WWE for that. I really enjoyed that opening segment. Great segment to open SmackDown. On top of Ziggler testing himself against Bray Wyatt to see if he is good enough, and to prove to everybody that has doubted him that he was good enough, we got a little situation with the Intercontinental Championship tonight. Kalisto, Apollo Crews, and Baron Corbin, all three men, placed in a triple threat match to crown a new #1 contender for the Miz's Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. I really wish the match would have went a little bit longer. I feel like, honestly, and I'm being completely upfront with you guys, the commercial breaks seemed longer than the fucking match. And if it's a #1 contenders match with two guys, I'm not really a big Kalisto guy. I'm really not. He's a terrible promo. I don't like the Rey Mysterio type. Nobody will ever be Rey Mysterio. But Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin obviously have my interest. They are the front runners for SmackDown in this new era. I want to see them both succeed, very much so. I was going into this thinking Apollo Crews or Baron Corbin were going to come out on top regardless of who was in this match, triple threat. But I feel like the commercials were a little bit too much during this match. They went to commercial which lasted forever, and then all of a sudden you came back and within 2 minutes the match was over. It's like we missed the bulk of the match, and it didn't even go 7 minutes. It didn't even go 7 minutes. That bothers me. Especially if you're going to crown a new #1 contender for an Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam. The Intercontinental Championship and people fighting over that championship should get ample time, and it needs to make the title important. The company needs to make the title important. The people who are fighting for a right to fight the champion need to make it look important. The Miz is out there by ringside. He's giving his commentary. He's giving his thoughts. He's looking on about who's going to challenge him at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. How can we feel like the Intercontinental Championship is important if you're taking 4-minute commercial breaks and giving us a 6-minute match, only which 2 of it is on television? I don't get that. 2 minutes of this match aired on television. The rest was commercial. I don't like that whatsoever. Right Man won. Apollo Crews won. Very interested to see what they do at SummerSlam. Apollo Crews versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. Post-match, Corbin goes after Kalisto, kind of rebuilding off their feud before the draft. Crews tries to make the save, eats a skull-crushing finale. Baron Corbin turns around and delivers a end of days, Brother Nero. No, it's not Broken Matt Hardy, but Baron Corbin, end of days to The Miz, which is probably the picture-perfect finisher in WWE. It is so fucking beautiful. If there's one finisher in WWE that should remain protected for the time being, Because I know Roman Reigns eventually is going to kick out of that motherfucker. If there's one move in the WWE that needs to be protected, it is the End of Days, man. So beautiful, that move. Absolutely great. Corbin gets his revenge after everybody, or on everybody, I should say, after the match. And the Lone Wolf stands supreme at the end of the match, standing over everybody. Becky Lynch versus Eva Marie. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? Listen. Eva Marie, I understand, has fans. As fucking shocking as that might sound, she has fans. Yes, this is true. Go on Instagram. Every one of her fucking pictures gets 100,000 fucking likes on Instagram. Jesus Christ. That's 100,000 fucking horny 14-year-olds who never seen a pair of tits before, and they fucking jerk off to WWE's Instagram page. Eva Marie, her entrance, I know I'm going to get heat for this, is fucking nauseating. I swear to God it's fucking nauseating. Whoever signed up to be the fucking PA announcer for her intro, Jesus fucking Christ, he must have had the greatest blowjob of creation to fucking get that gig. He's hyping her up as if she's the fucking greatest female athlete on the face of the fucking planet. Awful. She walks to the ring, she walks up the staircase, she gets in the ring, she takes her robe off, and she climbs up to the top rope. I swear to God, I don't know if I was watching a fucking slow motion replay or if I was watching fucking some deep sea diver fucking go down into the Atlantic Ocean trying to pick up fucking coral reef. What the fuck am I watching? Her movement is fucking pathetic. It's like she's swimming underwater. As if she's moving in molasses, Eva Marie. Then she climbs to the fucking top rope, and she's fucking blowing a kiss, which fucking irritates the shit out of me because you can see it's fucking so vain. It's so fake. Who are you blowing a kiss to? Nobody wants your fucking disease-ridden kisses, honey. Give me a break. So then she climbs off the fucking buckle, and all of a sudden she pulls a hamstring. Was it legit? I fucking sure hope so. Was it legit? Probably not. Referee goes over. Becky Lynch has got this fucking dumbfounded, confused look on her face. What the fuck is going on? Let me beat the shit out of this scrub, she's probably thinking. This'll be the easiest match in my fucking career, Eva Marie. I might get hurt in the process because she fucking sucks cock in the ring, but it'll be an easy victory for me. At least I'll move up a step in the Divas division on SmackDown. Referee goes over, starts pandering to her, and he stops the match. She's holding her hamstring. She's holding her hamstring, right? Okay, the match doesn't happen. Becky's standing there fucking confused. Eva Marie can't compete. And there you go. That was it. All entrance, nothing more. The greatest Eva Marie match of all time just happened tonight on SmackDown. We've seen it firsthand. Eva Marie's greatest performance. The one that never happened. Thank fucking Christ. WWE made it work out for everybody, man. Nobody in the back wanted to see Eva Marie wrestle. Nobody in the fucking crowd wanted to see her wrestle. Nobody watching at home wanted to see her wrestle. It's either they know she can't wrestle or they know she can't wrestle. Either way, it worked out for us. Eva Marie and Becky Lynch, no fucking contest. Thank fucking Christ. There's your Eva Marie review. Hope you enjoyed that one. Anyway, Renee Young interviewing Carmella. Natalya cuts her off. They get catty with one another. Typical fucking females on the SmackDown brand. Other than that, that's what women do. And a match is teased for later. Ooh, surprising. Where the fuck is Alexa Bliss? Really, where's Alexa Bliss at? No Alexa Bliss on this show. Did she take a vacation? Was she drafted? Did she get demoted? I don't fucking know. Not on the show, though. American Alpha. One of the highlights of the show versus the Vaudevillains. This was a no-brainer. Vaudevillains and Mr. Simon Gotch got himself into hot water with Mr. Sin Cara on Monday Night Raw right before the draft. Still don't know what happened, but I'm hearing Sin Cara fucked Mr. Simon Gotch up. Strongman himself. So what do you think is going to happen? WWE is going to punish them, and their punishment was a certified jobber match against American Alpha for their debut. I will tell you this, man. Jason Jordan, and I've said this about many, man. Ziggler has a beautiful dropkick. Mr. Perfect had a beautiful fucking dropkick. Shawn Michaels had a beautiful fucking dropkick. Jason Jordan might have the greatest dropkick I have ever seen. Seriously, a guy that size, getting that type of height and delivering a dropkick square in your jaw to perfection every single time. I don't know, man, but I might have to go with Jason Jordan as the greatest dropkick I've ever seen. It is fucking a thing of beauty. And this match went 3 minutes and 28 seconds. A grand amplitude with fucking style. Jordan throws fucking, who was it, Aiden English up, and Gable, he jumped in the grand amplitude and fucking slammed English down. One of the best grand amplitudes I've ever seen by American Alpha, and the crowd was dead for it, by the way. Good old Tennessee crowd, yo. Tennessee, yeah, with the fucking straws in their mouth and the fucking thoughts of going back to the tractor and milking cow. Tennessee for you, dead for American Alpha's debut. That's what you get for fucking going down to Tennessee, WWE. You got people in the crowd, nothing but casuals wanting to get home to their fucking pigs and their chicken and their sheep, right? Who the fuck is American Alpha to these guys? Nobody. Fact. Sorry if that came off a little mean, but it's true. It is true. These southern states are awful WWE crowds. Awful. If it was up to me, I have every show in Chicago. Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Miami. Fuck it. Fuck the rest of the United States. They're fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. It sucks. The crowd sucks the life out of a show when they're fucking dead silent for 98% of it. The only time they came alive is when Cena and Styles were in the ring and in the main event. Other than that, they were fucking awful. American Alpha got the win, though. Nice grand amplitude. Debut. Awesome for American Alpha. Oh, and by the way, there is report of WWE adding women's championships and tag team championships to SmackDown. I don't know how this is going to work because there's, well, with Eva Marie's terrible fucking quad injury, I don't know how this is going to work. 5 women on SmackDown. People telling me Victoria is putting out teasers that she might be on SmackDown. That'd be fucking great. That'd be great, man. Victoria is fucking awesome. I hope she comes back. You know, you got Melina coming back. That could add, listen, if you add her and Melina, okay? Victoria and Melina, I think you got a nice fucking division there. That's enough for a championship. You get to the 7, 8 number there with the women, you got to add Eva Marie, even though I hope, God forbid she even fucking looks at a title. Jesus fucking Christ. 7, 8, 9 women, I'm okay with that, adding another title. You got to build a division, though. Same thing with the tag team division. How are you going to build a tag team division with 5 fucking teams? 5 teams. I don't know. But according to the rumor, according to Dave Meltzer and Wrestling Observer and all these other fucking places, SmackDown is adding a set of tag team titles and a women's championship to the brand. I don't know how legit that is. We're going to find out sooner rather than later. Probably going to happen after SummerSlam. And if they do add a tag team championship, there's no better team to represent the company and the brand for championships than American Alpha. So look at that. Becky Lynch could be the leader of the women's division on SmackDown. So look forward to that. If I hear anything new on that, I will definitely let you guys know. John Cena and AJ Styles. They could have spared us 15 fucking minutes. John Cena went on and on and on. And he's a great fucking promo. I say this all the time. When John Cena is passionate and he's ready to go and he's just intense, there's no better promo in the WWE than John Cena. But I'm sitting there tonight and I'm listening to this guy and I'm watching him. He's just pandering to the fucking crowd and the kids and the adults and I love being here. I'm never going to go anywhere. He's telling AJ Styles, well, I know why you're here, right? You don't fucking love the company. And when you fail at trying to accomplish what you intend to accomplish, you're going to pack your bags and find somewhere else to work. That's all they said. That's all they said. Styles went on about Cena. Why are you still here? I beat you. I don't understand why you're still here. Cena goes on and explains for 15 minutes why he is here. He loves WWE no matter what he's got going on with Hollywood and this and that and the ESPYs and the Nick Teen Choice Awards and Good Morning America, whatever the fuck this guy's got going on. He loves the WWE no matter if he's here, there, or anywhere. His home will be WWE. They could have spared us 15 minutes. All this eventually led to a challenge from Styles to Cena at SummerSlam. And the match is booked. SummerSlam looking pretty impressive right now with Styles and Cena just added at tonight's SmackDown. And I will say this. We've only seen it twice. This will be the second. Well, we've only seen it once, really. We've seen a tag team match with them at Battleground. But this will be the second one-on-one meeting. There's no club. There's nobody in John Cena helping him out. John Cena's corner helping him out. It's going to be one-on-one, traditional one-on-one match. Being that this match has not been overexposed, honestly, going into SummerSlam, it's still going to have that big fight feel. It's going to have that match classic feel, that classic match feel. And I'm glad WWE did not overexpose this feud. Honestly, with John Cena rumored to be taking a reduced schedule, I don't see why John Cena would go into SummerSlam and beat AJ Styles. If there's anybody that needs a solid victory in the WWE, if there's anybody in the WWE that needs to fucking have a fucking huge shot of momentum behind them, it is AJ Styles. I'm expecting WWE to do the right thing here, but we all know how that goes half the fucking time. They don't do what needs to be done. I'm expecting a fucking Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. Cena lays down for Styles. He goes and fucking does what he's got to do. And AJ Styles gets a huge victory, clean victory, one that will pretty much open a lot of people's eyes and say, you know what, Styles now is the real fucking deal. Even though we already know he is, pinning John Cena clean will do that in the eyes of these fucking goons in the crowd and watching at home. Because AJ Styles just needs it. There's no way around it. He needs a victory, and one over John Cena at SummerSlam clean without Gallows and Anderson on SmackDown will go a long way in making AJ Styles the face of that brand. Randy Orton versus Fandango. I tweeted out that Brock Lesnar would probably enter this match some way, and Shane McMahon had this thing where a slew, an army of guards were following Randy Orton around, and they followed him in the back, they followed him out to the fucking ring, they all surrounded the fucking ring. Lesnar, of course, shows up for retaliation after that beautiful RKO on Monday Night Raw, and he's standing in the crowd. You got fucking 4 or 5 security guards standing in front of Lesnar. Now, if you're one of these security guards, honestly, no matter how much they're fucking paying you to do your job as a security officer, if you see Brock Lesnar standing in front of you, literally hopping over the barricade in one fluid motion, charging towards you, heading towards the ring, what are you going to do? You're going to try and fucking tackle him? You're going to fucking throw a right jab at him? No, you're going to get out of the fucking guy's way because he's Brock Lesnar, and you're going to let him do what he wants to do. There's no money in the world you can pay me to fucking guard anybody from Brock Lesnar. Listen, Mr. Lesnar, you're here. Do what you got to do, bro. Go ahead. The ring is yours. That's what I would do, and that's exactly what those guards did. So Lesnar gets in the ring. F5. Shane McMahon comes out. Daniel Bryan comes out. They're all fucking bickering. How could you, get out of the ring? Blah, blah, blah. And Lesnar's like, hey, listen, I wanted my retaliation. I wanted payback. He had this coming to him. And then Heyman comes out, and they all pretty much get out of there. Security guards usher him out of the arena. Heyman and Lesnar go into a limo, and they drive off. That's pretty much it. So Randy Orton beat Fandango by DQ because of Brock Lesnar's interference. I'm liking the little confrontation they're having, once on Raw and then on SmackDown. And the fact that they're on separate brands is really making this feel like a big-time fight. Because Orton cannot be on Monday Night Raw because he's exclusive to SmackDown. Lesnar cannot be on SmackDown because he's exclusive to Monday Night Raw. I like it. I like what they're doing so far. They got 2 weeks. Got to see what they do, man. Hopefully they get creative. But right now, I'm enjoying everything so far this week with Lesnar and Orton. Great stuff. Carmella versus Natalya. Remember they're supposed to have the match? Yeah, it never happened. So Carmella comes out, barely gets her introduction, which is very cringeworthy, by the way. I don't know if you guys, feel the same way I do. When Carmella comes out on the microphone, it's just cringe to me. I mean, tone it down a little bit. Nobody gives a shit about who you are and where you're coming from. The crowd doesn't even give a shit about her because she wasn't really introduced properly because they wasted fucking 5 minutes last week on Eva Marie, right? And they wasted fucking time on Naomi when they should have stopped at Alexa Bliss and Carmella. That's it. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody else is established. Nobody gives a shit about Eva Marie. You needed to get over Alexa Bliss and Carmella. But no, they just wasted all their time on Eva Marie. So nobody gave a shit about Carmella. It's Tennessee. What do you expect? And this ended with Carmella in the sharpshooter. Natty, the Black Heart, taking after Owen, the Black Heart. And I like it, man. I like Natalya's evil attitude. It could go a long way, and it could make her a real threat in the women's division. So this was a no contest. Natalya, sharpshooter to Carmella in the aisleway before the referees broke that up. And finally, in the main event, Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler. This match went 11 minutes and 34 seconds. WWE has to pick the proper time to go to a commercial. I don't want to see 2 commercials in a fucking #1 contenders match, bro. Seriously, one in the beginning of the match and they took one in the middle of the match. It's not right. That's 3.5, 4 minutes wasted on an 11-minute match. You can't be doing that. This is a 2-hour show. Why is there so many fucking commercial breaks? I don't get it. But in the end, like we said in the beginning, this was all about Dolph Ziggler. There was a small piece of me that wanted to see Bray Wyatt win this, but I would be okay if Dolph Ziggler won it. Because the story about tonight's show was about him. He ended up winning. Super kick. They're really selling that super kick with Dolph Ziggler. He beat AJ Styles last week with it. This week he beat Bray Wyatt with it. 1, 2, 3. There was an exposed turnbuckle in this match that Bray Wyatt tried to uncover. Referee stopped him. Ziggler finished the job. And before you know it, Bray Wyatt went into the turnbuckle, head first, super kick, 1, 2, 3. Dean Ambrose comes into the ring to save Dolph Ziggler because out of nowhere, Eric Rowan comes out and starts beating up on Dolph Ziggler. The show ends with the Wyatt family, or at least half of the Wyatt family, Rowan and Wyatt, teaming together and beating down Ambrose and Ziggler. And the show ends with a Sister Abigail, which is my second favorite finisher in WWE, to Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose is tossed out of the ring, and Ziggler is laying on the mat with the show going off the air, letting Bray Wyatt know, and Bray Wyatt letting everybody know that, listen, he ain't going anywhere, and to follow the Buzzards. I can see this match taking place next week. Rowan and Wyatt versus Ziggler and Ambrose in the main event of SmackDown Live next week. If it happens, you guys know where you heard it, because I could see exactly that they're going to do that next week, and that's where they're headed. But that is your SmackDown review, man. Very, very good show tonight. They definitely improved over last week, and I'm going to say it, man. SmackDown was better than Monday Night Raw this week. I will say that. Okay, SmackDown did things better than they did in their first week. I love the camera presentation. I love those side angle shots that they got. It gives it a fresh presentation. JBL, I don't know if somebody in WWE spoke to him or there was so much backlash on social media that they told JBL to fucking calm it down. He was pretty much toned down for most of the night, and Mauro Ranallo sounded like a lead man tonight, and I can't complain about that. David Otunga, still, in week 2, he's fucking useless to me. He adds absolutely nothing to the commentary team. Don't even know why he's there. Dean Ambrose, as a WWE champion and as a guest at the announce table, did more than David Otunga did all night. Don't know why he's there. I wish they'd get rid of him because I could see him getting off my TV and getting that type of vibe from me. But JBL toned down tonight. Hopefully that continues. We don't want to hear you, bro. We want to hear Mauro Ranallo call the fucking match and make the fucking show feel important. Other than that, man, it was a good show. They did what they needed to do. They gave time to Ziggler to show everybody why he belongs in SummerSlam. They built him nicely. They dwelled on his past. They dwelled on real-life issues stemming with Dolph Ziggler. Underappreciated, undervalued, underutilized, feels fucking left out. He wants something. He wants to prove to everybody that he belongs. He has this fucking inner gut, this inner feeling in his gut that, listen, I don't give a fuck what I'm putting on the line. I'm going to show you and everybody else here that I'm the fucking best. That's what the show was built around, and that's exactly what WWE accomplished tonight. Kudos to them. Very, very good show. Hopefully, like Monday Night Raw, they give us good shows. That's all I want. I want the shows to make sense, and with 2 hours It seems easy to do. It's an easy thought with 2 hours. WWE hasn't even utilized everybody on the SmackDown roster. They're making do with the main guys, the 2 hours. They're spacing out their segments very nicely. They're including, you know, the guys they want to, and they're dragging it out perfectly. You know, we still haven't seen Zack Ryder. We haven't seen Alexa Bliss, even though we all want to see Alexa Bliss on SmackDown. We haven't seen, you know, half of the fucking tag teams that were drafted on that brand yet. So they're not utilizing everybody as of right now. So I'm still in limbo about how I feel about this, but at tonight, SmackDown, it was a good show. And that's all I could say about that. Very good show. Hopefully they build upon that next week, and that's all we can ask, man. But that is your SmackDown review. Thank you guys so much for listening to me tonight. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking about SmackDown down below. If you need some after SmackDown Live entertainment, Batman, the Telltale series, Episode 1, Realm of Shadows. I uploaded the fucking complete walkthrough for Episode 1, 2 hours long. If you guys need something to watch tonight, go and check that out. I'll put an annotation in the screen for you right now, and I'll fucking link it down in the comment section, in the description down below, man. Go check that shit out. Show some love to your boy JD. And I'll be back tomorrow, as always, with the Cruiserweight Classic review and NXT review for Wednesday, man. I'm JD. Leave me a comment. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Pledge to the Patreon if you're enjoying the content. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. This is the #1 source for everything WWE right here on YouTube.com. I'm JD, and I'll see you guys for the Cruiserweight Classic on Wednesday night. Talk to you later.